I'm Dr. Lori. I'm at the Russell Home Thrift Store in Orlando, Florida. I'm finding real bargains on the road. Come thrift with me. Whenever I see this, I get mad at my sisters. You know why? They threw this away when we were cleaning out my mother's house. I wasn't there. But this is the devil egg dish. I love this dish. Nice and thick, hobnail design. I really love this dish. It's nice and thick. And it's going to remind you of a couple things, but I want to show you that. So anyway, my sisters, I get so annoyed with this. Anyway, I hate when people throw away stuff they shouldn't throw away. Let me put that there. That's a nice piece. But these are the two pieces. Because they're side by side, I want to talk to you about them. One is crystal, one is not. Do you know which one? That's crystal. How do you tell? Weight. Clarity. It's really clear. This one is really clear, and boy, is it heavy. It has a decoration on the bottom, right? It's pressed into the crystal, right? And the weight is from lead weight, right? That's what crystal's made of, more than 24% lead. That's a nice piece of crystal. This happens to be a similar shaped bowl. This piece is pressed glass. Pressed glass, when you rub your finger up against it, you're not going to get cut. Cut glass, you would get cut. But this piece isn't very clear. It actually has kind of a gray color to it. And of course, it's lighter in weight. You can even see the weight between the two. You can see how much heavier this one is, the piece of crystal. So let's see how much they are priced at. Right here it says small candy bowls. I guess they're small candy bowls for $2. They're $2 each. They're not both created equal, but they're both the same price. So this piece worth about $25, it's a nice piece. This piece worth about $4. So there's your difference. So if you're gonna be thrifting, take this one. And then remember to take this if your sisters are gonna throw it away. Let's fix some mistakes. This is not a punch bowl, this is not a punch bowl, this is not a punch bowl. You can put cups in it, you can put a ladle in it, but it's still not a punch bowl. Here's why. This is too short for a punch bowl. It's too shallow for a punch bowl. These are actually, you know, footed dishes and other things they put in the punch bowl, but this particular piece, not a punch bowl. So that's a starburst pattern, cut glass, decorative bowl. Okay, these are chip and dip bowls. Now this one has a ladle. This is a ladle with some glass cups in it, but this is not a punch bowl. These people can put them together, but it's the shape of this that says it's not a punch bowl. Punch bowls are more rounded at the bottom. This one has a nice flare that tapers inside. That's a chip and dip bowl without the bowl for the dip. This one is the right one. So first of all, you're going to take out these glasses because they don't go with this. So let's move those. And do you see? You have to see beyond the actual, when everything's thrown in together. This bowl matches this. There was a stand in metal that would sit here, would hold this, and it would attach to this. And this particular piece would be the chip and dip bowl. We don't use chip and dip bowls now. We get the dip, we open up the top, we move it, we take the chips and we eat them on with the dip, and that's what we do. But this is the way it was done in the 1950s and 60s, and that's a real nice frosted, etched glass, etched and frosted glass decorated 1960s chip and dip bowl. Let's see, how much do they want for that? Let me put this down here so I don't hurt myself. And then this is large bowls and cups. I guess this is a large bowl. So they want $3 for this, and maybe they want another $2 for this piece. I would say value on the group, about $45. So for the two pieces. It doesn't have the stand, remember. With the stand, they're like $65. So I was looking at jewelry earlier. My cameraman was getting set up, and some of the pieces that I saw that were bargains were already purchased. So I can't talk to you about them, and that's the thing. All of you go, oh, there's nothing left, there's nothing left. You have to come back to these places and look again because they keep putting out new inventory. So we lost it on those, but I do want to show you some of the things that I did find, and they're right here in the blue aisle. I like that they do colors. Colors works out nicely, or similar metals, like the brass, right, or the silver, or beads, or brown, but the colors works out well. A lot of people, of course, put together outfits by color. But these are some of the ones that I want to look at. No, these, okay. I want to talk to you about these. First of all, this bracelet. This bracelet is beads. They are glass beads in a teal turquoise color, and while they are not turquoise, they are small glass beads. Beads do very, very well in the resale market. A lot of people like them. These particular pieces are $10 to $15 each. If I've got this right, no, I'm wrong. Bracelets and earrings are $3 each. I don't know why I thought it was 10. $3 each. So these would be $3 for each bracelet. So let's talk about the beads first. The blue teal bead bracelet, value on this one in the retail market for $3, value on that, you're going to easily get 20 for this. So that's a $20 piece. It dates to the 1990s and it's in nice shape. A lot of them, the circle is gone. See how the circle is almost perfect? Sometimes the circle gets bent and then you don't have a perfect circle. So that's what you're looking for in terms of quality. Look for the small beads and look for them to be very tightly strung, and then they're actually wrapped around the piece of the circle. So that's what you're looking for there. That's nice at 20. This is chalcedony. Chalcedony is a stone. A lot of people look for it for the color. Chalcedony is very popular, and this is chunky, big chalcedony stones. The bracelet is a stretch bracelet, so it even would fit on my big wrist, and it looks great. And that particular piece is another $30. So this one is 30 for 3. That means you're getting it at 10%. When I talk about real bargains, 10% is what you're looking for, right? Because if you can get it for 3 and resell it for 30, you're doing great. So that's a beautiful piece of chalcedony. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. It's a nice blue colored stone. The next piece I want you to look at is a fake, and I want to show you what the fake looks like. Here's the chalcedony, right? This is trying to look like turquoise. They put the veins in, they actually draw the veins in to make it look like turquoise, and it's not turquoise. Turquoise has a much more shiny color, almost like the glass beads. It should look like this. It should be hard like the chalcedony stone. It's neither. It's actually very soft. It's very soft when you kind of touch it, and it also doesn't sort of push back at you when you touch it, and the veins look like they're actually pen marked. So this is a cheapie. This is a fake, and this one is probably not even worth the $3. Probably only worth $1 or so because it is a fake piece of turquoise. Hard to tell the difference, but you want to compare and contrast with the real turquoise. Speaking of real stones, these particular pieces are lapis lazuli, and lapis is a very desirable stone. Now these are cut directly from the mine, so these have not been tumbled. These have not been prepared in any way. This is just lapis, but lapis can be really expensive. A small little stretch bracelet like this, also about $25 for a piece of lapis. They want 3. So terrific bracelets, and we just looked at blue. Imagine if you looked at all the colors. So there's some great scarves here, and I've looked through all of them individually, and that's how you have to do it. Some blends, some, oh, I'm trying to look like a Ralph Lauren, but not. Some that are trying to look more like Burberry and others, but are not. Nice materials, so you want to look for that. I always like the teacher, right? So you like the apple for the teacher. This is your winner. So they are very inexpensive. This one's still in very good condition with the tassels on it. They love X's and O's. This is a style very indicative of the early 1980s, and it looks like it's in great shape. They want a couple bucks for it and value on it on the market. Well, from the 1980s, think Princess Diana. Value on this scarf is going to be about $50 in the retail market. And some other ones are nice, but again, not the same quality as this. Dolls are always fun. They are collectible. You shouldn't walk by if you see a characteristic face of a doll, right? Certain doll manufacturers have characteristic faces, and here they are, the big eyes of Madame Alexander. These are unusual because they have their original tags. So they're the Madame Alexander dolls. The Portraits of History doll, this is Napoleon, and you can see him in his uniform. They have the original tags on them, not the original boxes, but the original tags. You can see, again, some of the more popular ones, but their faces are very characteristic. She's a Madame Alexander doll, too. So face is characteristic, really big eyes, large cheeks, accentuated, very small mouths and small pug noses, really beautiful condition, all of these. This one's not in great shape. Look at the eye. So you probably would take that one, but hopefully you can get maybe her eyes will open up. Yeah, they don't seem to open completely like the others, but I would say maybe a discount on that you might ask for, But this is a beautiful doll. They're beautiful heads. They're really nicely designed. They have a nice uniform, clean, very clean dolls. So individually, gosh, I should have looked for a price beforehand. I don't see a price. Here, of course, is the other original tag, the Napoleon, Madame Alexander, New York tag from the 1940s through the 1960s. These dolls are highly desirable. And you have Rhett from, of course, Gone with the Wind in the back. You have Napoleon, 2 Napoleons actually. And then you have 1, 2, 3 more. And then this small one. So I don't see hunting, don't see it. Dolls, don't see it. Throw pillows. Oh gosh, I don't know how much these are. So I asked, because it says towels $3 each, but they came over and they told me that the dolls are $3 each too, which is wonderful. So let's go through and, so $3 for 40, $3 for 40, $3 for 40. That's right, these are worth 40 each. That's based on actual sales records that someone has paid for similar dolls recently. Remember, appraisals are based on actual sales records. It's not, oh, you can't get that for it. Oh, there's nothing in the thrift stores. Everything is priced too high. It's $3 to make $40. And then Napoleon, the Napoleon dolls, what happened to Napoleon? The Napoleon doll, there he is. His hat's in the way. Napoleon doll is 40, Napoleon doll is 40. I would say because of her eye, you're going to see that doll going to come in probably at 35, and the little tiny one is 20 bucks. So 80, and 80's 160, and 80 more, and another 20. Got a couple $100 worth of Madame Alexander dolls here for $3 each, and they sell very well on the platforms that, of course, see the dolls, you know, moving very high. So those are nice. These other dolls are not Madame Alexander, but they are also collectible dolls made, of course, they're called China dolls or porcelain dolls. And these dolls with their porcelain faces, you can see them there. And then these 3 little angel dolls as well. These are $25 each. These are $50 each. So they're very nice for, of course, thrift store dolls. This is a big corner for dolls. I think somebody's trying to tell me something because I see these everywhere. So here they are, the super huge remote controls. I'm going to have to get one of these at one point. I'm in the toy room, that's right. So we've got a little bit of Mickey, because we are in Orlando, actually, right? A little bit of Mickey and water toys. Do you ever see water toys? So here's some goggles. You don't see this in Minnesota, you know? Not a lot of goggles and pails and stuff. The water toys. You know you're in Florida. I have my magic wand, and let me tell you that I've been looking for my favorite princess, and my favorite princess is the brunette. That is Snow White. She's nowhere. I looked all over, and she's not in a lot of places. It's always the blondes or the other brown-haired, of course, princesses. But here it is. Here's a table, a nice Disney table for your favorite little one, and there is my favorite Snow White. Pling! More to come from the Russell Home Thrift Store.